Hi everyone, my name is Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today is gonna be the very first clip / intro to my Grishaverse reread vlog. This vlog is gonna consist of me rereading and giving you snippets of my thoughts while rereading the Grishaverse books in preparation for the newest book that Lee Bardugo is gonna release in March 31st. It's gonna be the sequel to King of Scars, and that is The Rule of Wolves. And I've come up with that vlog idea because I saw that the months left until that release is the exact same number as the books in that universe. So the September pick of the September book pick for out of the Grishaverse book is definitely gonna be the Shadow and Bone, the OG intro book to everything that is happening in that universe, and I plan on starting to read it. I have yet to read any page of it, and I have to sprint through it because I have like a week left of September, so I have to sprint through it, and at least I will give you like bits and pieces from my experience rereading those amazing books that I love so much with my entire heart. So I guess I'm gonna put like every that many chapters I'm gonna say a bit about it. Like I'm gonna write down on, I guess I'm gonna open up a Notion page for it and write down my thoughts for like every 7 chapters. I'm gonna write down what I thought about it because I want to have a consistent and thought-filled vlog, not like me gushing over it and not saying anything about it. I know this trilogy has a bit of backlash for it because it's not perfect, as every book is. Not every book is perfection, but so I'm gonna critique it also. I'm not just gonna say wow it's amazing, wow nothing is wrong with it. I think there are a few things that we need to talk about them. I hope. I don't really remember, but yeah, it's not always gonna be positives. There can be a few negatives, but I think it's gonna be more positives than negative because it's one of my favorites. So yeah, this is the intro to this vlog about me rereading one of my favorite series of all time. So I hope you're gonna enjoy it. So yeah, that was my very first update and intro to the vlog of me rereading the Grishaverse books. So I hope you'll enjoy it. Today is the 28th of September. It's past midnight. It's gonna be 1 a.m. soon, and I just finished reading the very first chapters of Shadow and Bone, and I have a few thoughts about them. So yeah, the first thing is that I completely forgot about how much happened in the very first chapters of this book, how Alina, who's the main character, discovered her powers as a sun summoner and a new type of Grisha that's been never seen before, or has been seen but went through a phase where they were all gone. Maybe I don't really remember those tiny details. And she had her, I'm not gonna delve too much in the details because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. We also got the few encounters with the Darkling, and a tiny bit of insights in the characters, but not too much because we're still in the beginning. I read till page 73, I think. And they were like the few points, and when one of those points, other than the ones that I just cited, I guess we can say that, is I'm remembering stuff like bit by bit, like as I'm reading, I'm remembering things that will happen soon, because, well, I am rereading it and I already read the book, so I know what's gonna happen, but my memory was like a bit foggy, so I don't remember exact details, how they were said and typed and things like that. And what else? Oh, there's the point that was like a huge thing in YA, I guess, before when they were being released. It's the fact that the main character has a crush on her best friend, especially one from her childhood, I guess. He was her only friend, and he doesn't know it. He doesn't see her as a potential love interest, and that's just stupid, because we know in the end what's gonna happen. He's gonna see her as a potential love interest after someone else like sees her as a potential love interest. So yeah, that was a bit of cliche, but I don't really mind it. I kind of enjoy it, like it, something like that. But yeah, and we got our first introduction to the shadow fold, or as the weak-minded people like to call it, the unsee. It's all creepy, quiet. You to be able to cross it, you have to be like super silent. It's like Bird Box. But not really. And it's empty, but at the same time it's filled with creatures that they're like bats, I think, but like bat people, and they're like creepy and disgusting, and they're waiting for people to try to cross the fold to attack them and eat them, so they're not the very best of friends to have. But yeah, we got our first introduction to everything, and I'm really excited to cram this book in the 3 days that are gonna come before the end of September. But I guess I can do it. I have like less than 300 pages left, I guess. I can do it. I am strong. Me doubting everything, but yes, I can do it. So see ya. First update. Bye. Hi everyone, it's time for update number 2. I just finished from chapter 5 till chapter 9 of Shadow and Bone, and I have a few thoughts about them. So for putting up the scene where we are right now, we got through the school part of the book with Alina going to the little palace in the capital city of Ravka, and we got the new we saw how she was like feeling when she got to that place, because she's not used to it, because she used to be like the orphan in the orphanage, and it's not like she had her privileges and everything. So we got there, and we were introduced to a bit of rivalry between the Grisha orders, and it's been a kind of childish-ish thing for the rivalry thing. Like, we could have grown past that most of the time. It's like, who has the more power? Who's the most deadly? That's the kind of rivalry that happened in that book. So whoops. So as for, I really hope that that part of the rivalry will be let go soon. Like, we don't really need that anymore. And we got the dilemma, not really a dilemma, it wasn't really that hard for Alina to choose from, but we got the, I'm gonna call it dilemma, between which kefta she has to use, she wants to wear, because the Darkling told them to make her a black one, but she chose not to. To be honest, I relate to that, because I would be like her. I wouldn't want to like stand out when I'm new to something, because she's all new to the whole Grisha thing. I would have want to fit in more than stand out, especially if it's with someone with higher power. People would like be mean to her and bully her because of all that. That's how I think that would have happened if she chose the black one. So I support her decision of like going for a blue, dark blue, midnight blue kefta for the summoners one. And I forgot to mention that we got one of the best scenes any bookworm could ask for, and it's when Alina and Genya, like, she was taking her on her tour of the little palace, and we got to the library, and how the library was described, it's just like every bookworm's dream library to have. And like, my heart was so happy when I was reading it. I completely forgot that they described a library or anything. So this reread is full of surprises when it comes to not new scenes, like scenes that I forgot about and everything. There's still a lot of things that I forgot. I don't really remember everything that is happening. Like, there's a lot of tiny points, as like her Alina's scar in the middle of her hand. I don't really remember how she got it, and when she always does that, she rubs it when she's nervous or anxious. I forgot why. And the total history and background and what will happen with side characters in the book. So I'm just glad that I'm rereading it, because I like refreshing my memory from time to time, but I never like took the chance to reread something. But now I am. Good. It's gonna be 1 a.m. soon, and I want to read more, because I want to finish it like today, because today is the 30th, but this is gonna go as it's the 29th of September. I need to finish it. I have like 200 pages left. I want to read more. So yeah, I guess that's it for this update. I don't really have a lot of thoughts about the chapters that I read, but I hope that, like, thoughts as in what I truly felt about them. I'm just feeling good at the moment while reading them, because as I said before, the story, I enjoyed it more when I was younger, like 3 years ago, but I still enjoy reading it, but I think it connected more with younger me. Not that old, but yes. So I'm gonna leave you at that. Well, today was the day that I read 2 of the parts that I chose for myself for the Shadow and Bone book. So I have a bit of thoughts about them. I'm just gonna check a bit my page where I wrote them. Oh, there was one thing that I wrote about. It's about the Darkling. Alina described his laugh to have a dark sound to it. And well, when someone describes someone's laugh with the dark edge to it, that should like ring bells, like danger bells. You shouldn't really trust someone who has a dark sound to his laugh. So maybe Alina should like think a bit before getting attached to someone like that. So yeah. And it was the part where Alina discovered, like, not really discovered, experienced using her powers without the help of an amplifier, a living amplifier. Exhibit A, the Darkling. Exhibit B, Bagra. And in order to do so, she released her feelings and her attachment to Mal. So that's a really like positive thing for her. Like finally she let go of her not childish, but like her over attachment to a boy that like didn't even give her the time of day back then. So that's really great that she was able to like summon the sun for the very first time without someone's help. So great, Alina. Well, the relationship between Alina and the Darkling is a bit weird. Like, it's not like based off of something. They only met each other like a couple of days. Maybe it's more in the book, but it's like a couple of chapters. They didn't really know each other that well. So I find it a bit weird that the Darkling jumped so fast into that relationship, but maybe that's part of like his manipulative skills. And Alina, as usual, is a naive girl and falls for every single guy that gives her the time of day. So yeah, Alina is a bit weird and weak. Like there's a part where I guess you could say it's a bit of a spoiler part. I don't know if you want to hear this, but if you don't, like, you can skip to that time. I guess if I'm gonna put a time, I'm gonna put it if you don't want to hear this part. But it's when Bagra tells her she's the Darkling's mother and urges her to like run away, but sorry, Alina is so good at everything she does. She knows everything about the Darkling, about the relationships in the court and in the little palace, that she thinks Bagra is senile and stupid. And I was like, seriously? How would you know how the Darkling is? You haven't even met him for more than a couple of months. You haven't even met him. You haven't even talked to him for more than a year. And you think you know a guy? Like, please, just listen to the people that look like they know what they're talking about. Like, she only accepted what Bagra has to say when she showed her powers, which are the shadow summoning powers, I think. And at that point she was a bit skeptical too, but like Alina is a bit dumb, I can say. She just needs to like grow a pair and like just be more like open and attentive to what is happening, because you're gonna need it, honey. You know, you shouldn't like rely that much on a boy, please. Other than that, the Darkling's manipulative skills, like, the Darkling is such a good written villain. It makes my heart like happy. Those types of villains with naive main characters are like they go well together, because the main character is just so stupid to think for herself, and see that they are literally manipulating her into doing what he wants to do. So other than being Alina being a bit stupid and like not really thinking that much for herself, it's I'm really enjoying the story. Rereading it made me like realize how much dumb she can get, and I kind of miss my side characters. I want to read more of them. I think they go more into it to them in the next books. And what else to say? Elena finally got her first amplifier, but not like how she wanted it to be, because the poor stag was killed. Yeah. Oh, I hate the fact that Mal, when he sees her being like all happy and everything, he seizes her for the first time. Like he didn't like think of her as something more than a friend, and like it was her dream to be like more than a friend for Mal. But like when she left and became another person, and like bit by bit let go of him and her feelings for him, and then he comes back, or like and he sees her for the first time and gets jealous. But like her relationship with the Darkling isn't that healthy, but yeah, I still have like maybe chapter 20, 21, 22, and the after, like 50 pages maybe. I don't know if I'm gonna read them now or I'm gonna read them tomorrow, even though the time that I left for myself for that book just finished, because we're at the 1st of October and it's spooky season, even though I have no spookiness here. It's like just another day. I think I'm gonna finish this book on the 1st, maybe before my sleepy time or after my sleepy time, and I'm gonna be off to the second book in the series. So wish me luck. I wish that I will be able to follow through that reread that I gave myself for the release of the newest book. I don't want to give up hope for it just yet. So yeah, bye for now. Hi everyone, welcome to the very last clip for the first vlog that is going to go up on my channel about the Grishaverse reread thing that I decided for myself. Today I thought that releasing a vlog for each book that I reread is going to be the best thing for me, because it's gonna be less work, like pent up work on editing, than like edit an entire vlog. It's gonna be like an hour. So I said like maybe smaller vlogs for each book. It's gonna be better. So yes, this is gonna be the last clip for the Shadow and Bone reread, because I finished it and I really enjoyed rereading it. I finished it a bit earlier, but I had a class that I had to attend, so I decided to film it now. And I excuse the background. I don't know how much you can see of it, but it's a bit clunky because I don't know. I don't really have a good aesthetic background thing at my house. So for the last clip for the Shadow and Bone vlog, I finished reading from chapter 20 to the after chapter, and I have a few thoughts. There's one thing that I noticed when Alina talks about the Darkling. She mentions a lot that his expression and how he feels, maybe how he presents himself, he looks human. When you say that someone looks human, like, not like you wouldn't say that to another person. Like, I wouldn't say that to my friend that you look human doing that. When you say to someone that he looks human, you would think in your subconscious that that person, not really a person, is not really human. So the person doesn't feel and express emotions and everything like a human being. Like, and I don't want to say normal one, but like human. So that's I don't know how Alina didn't like notice this sooner, and like when she trusted him and gave herself to him, that's just I have a thing against Alina in the very first book. She's a bit dumb. The character is good, but in the first book she makes like dumb mistakes, dumb decisions, she's a tiny bit stupid. I realized that when I reread the book because I forgot she was that much. We also know how she got the scar on her palm of her hand. It's the moment when she realized that her feelings towards Mal weren't like friendship-y. They were more like, it's the very first time she acknowledged that those feelings are more like romantic feelings towards him. So it's a reminder for her that the moment, like, her relationship with him for her turned from friendship to like a crush and romantic relationship between the two. So I really like how we got they referenced a lot to her touching her scar when they talk about Mao in front of her, and now we finally know how she got it. That is, I quite like how it was written and described to us. There's a scene at the end of the book that was just like, I know the Darkling is cruel and like ruthless and with no mercy, but what he did to the other side of the fold, I completely forgot he was that ruthless. Like, how could you do that? I'm not gonna say what he did, but the people that read the book know what he did, and I was like, damn, how could you? Even though he wanted to show something that was a bit like way too much. Manipulating Alina was such an easy thing for the Darkling. Like, he didn't try that much with manipulation towards her. We know that he's manipulative and he has tricks up his sleeve, but with Alina it was way too easy. I just hope, because I kind of forgot, I just hope that in the second and the third book she's a bit more mature and knows what doesn't need to be done with that character. Like, please let her learn from her mistakes, please. By the way, we're the 1st of October. I missed my chance of finishing that book in September. Even though I had the whole entire month, I've read this book. I started reading this book from the 28th. I should have read from before. I could have finished it really quickly. I hope I don't do the same mistake with Siege and Storm, but I think I will do that. So I guess that's all my thoughts about the very first book in the reread challenge that I made for myself. I quite enjoy it. I'm not gonna change my rating for it because it has a really special place in my heart. It's one of the very first like entire series that I read. I got them and I read them, so they have a special place in my heart, but I know they have a lot of flaws. But I really, really enjoy them. So that's it for the very first vlog. If you want to see more of me, you can surely subscribe to my channel and even hit the bell icon to get a notification whenever I post new videos. And if you want to see my side of things on other media platforms, you can always follow the link in my description for my link tree, where you can find the other links to my other social media accounts. So I guess I'll see you in the new video. Until then, bye everyone.